This chapter title, if you remember, the special status of those who are considered as, poor and weak in Muslim community. Nobody, give importance to them. They are not VIPs, not very important personalities in the society. They are ordinary people. People will not give them, that respect. But they could be very close to Allah while people don't know that. So this is the chapter of this, hadith. And in this chapter, this hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Rubba ash'atha aghbara." Many a person disheveled, or whose hair is not very organized, not use the oil because he cannot afford to use hair oil. Poor man. And not able to comb. Maybe he don't have a comb to comb the hair. Such a humble person, people may consider him no importance to him. Madfu'in bil abwab. If he is knocking somebody's door, they will say, "Who are here? I want to talk to you." No, get lost. They're not opening the door for him. Alayhi salam. Because he is not so much important to them. But this kind of person could be somebody very high level of taqwa, that law aqsama ala Allah al-abarrahu. Okay, if he were to swear by Allah that something should happen or something should not happen, Allah will certainly make it happen or it should not happen. If he says something, swear by Allah, it should not happen, then it will not happen. If he swears by Allah, it should happen, it may happen. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will keep his qasam, is preserved, is protected. He doesn't need to pay expiation. Okay, if he says he visited you and he says, by Allah, inshallah, you'll be curing very soon. You'll be getting cured very soon. By Allah, if he says that, Allah will give you cure. But this is not a dua I'm taking about, not recommending this way. But this is somebody seriously says that it will happen. There is a story about this, and the story of a qissa of Rabi' bint al-Nadar wa akhiha Anas ibn al-Nadar. Okay? There was, the example happened in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That a person sweared by Allah, it should not happen, therefore it didn't happen. The story is, Rabi was a young daughter of Nadar, and her brother was Anas ibn Nadar. So what happened, that this Rabi, this girl, she had an issue with one of the slave girl. Okay? One of the slave girls. So this free girl, hit on the face of a slave girl something strongly. That slave girl's teeth was broken. Teeth was broken. Now the case came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what is the punishment of that? Allah said in the Quran, "As-sinnu bis-sin." If you break somebody's teeth, you go to the Muslim qadi in Muslim Islamic country, then they should give verdict that this person has a right that one of the teeth should be broken. That is the punishment. If you commit murder, you will be, getting capital punishment. So like this. So then the case came to Rasul. فَاحْتَكَمُوا إِلَى الرَّسُولِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم. This is not in the hadith, I'm adding this from other source. That this case, when it came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, فَأَمَرَ النَّبِيُّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وسلم تُكَسَّرَ ثَانِيَةَ الرَّبِيعِ. Then she said, okay, this is a clear Quranic rule. Rabi, this daughter who committed this crime, her teeth will be broken. This is the verdict I'm giving. Because she has broken teeth of his slave girl. As-sin bis sin, Quranic rule. Then Anas radiallahu anhu, who was a very pious man, humble man, and he said, Ya Rasulullah, tukassaru thaniyat al-Rabi'. Is it the verdict that Rabi', my sister's teeth will be now broken because she committed a crime? Qala na'am, kitabullahi al-qisas, as-sinnu bis-sin. Yes, of course. This is Allah's book. And the Quran says, this is qisas, this is the punishment of similar nature. She had broken her teeth, her slave girl's teeth. Now verdict is her teeth will be broken. قال الله لا تكسر ثانية الربيع. He said, by Allah, Rabi, I hope Rabi's teeth will be not broken. I hope Rabi's teeth will be, my sister's teeth will be not broken. Now you can ask question, how come? Is the Prophet the verdict he given, he's referring to the Quran. How this Sahabi say, by Allah, I hope her teeth will be not broken. So the ulama say, Shaykh Ibn Uthaymin rahmatullah alayhi made explanation, it is not the case that he was refusing to accept decree of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Neither he is refusing to accept decree of the Quran, as-sin bis sin. How come? He cannot. But he was hoping that may Allah cause softness in the heart of the slave girl's parents to accept ransom. There is option. If the party of the victim would like to take the ransom and forgive, this is also in the Quran. He is hoping, may Allah cause they are accepting that. So in the beginning, when verdict was given, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, after you accept the ransom. If not, her teeth will be broken. They said, no, we will be not accepting any ransom. We want the punishment should take place. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, khalas, decree is her teeth will be broken. Then Rabi says, by Allah, I hope her teeth will be not broken. He is not rejecting, disrespecting Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam verdict, but he is hoping Allah may make it happen within a few moments, within a few minutes. They reconsider, they said, khalas, we'll accept ransom. So this is the example how when a person is very sincere to Allah, he does qasam with Allah, swear by Allah, may Allah make it is happening, may Allah make it is not happening. Their prayer, this dua through qasam will be accepted by Allah. Because they are very close to Allah. So this came an example that sometimes we may not consider this person as very high official and high ranking, so we always welcome, mashallah, yes brother, you come in. But if somebody is knocking the door, he is a faqir, he is a miskin, he is a refugee, he is somebody like that. Who are you? I am so and so. Sorry, but I have no time. You close it, is it? That's how we do. So some of the Muslims will be in Muslim community, they are very close to Allah while they are not given any position, neither they are seeking position, and people consider they are nobody. So what is the lesson in this hadith? That we should not consider that the criteria of respect is something worldly related. He is a rich man, he is a politician, he is a big officer, he is, this and that. No, we consider Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. If a person is very humble, he could be muttaqi. Although other way, a person could be very rich, but he could be muttaqi. A person could be very upper position holder, but he's very humble. He could be also muttaqi. Okay? So that could be. So therefore, not only the worldly position is a criteria of, to Allah. To Allah is who will have muttaqi. It could be very ordinary person, but he's in good book of Allah. Therefore, we should not, even if not give so much importance, but at least we should not ignore or disrespect or look upon him in a way, look at him in a way that we consider him as somebody very down, so very low. You should not be looking at that way. And then Hadith number 258, Usama radiallahu anhu narrates from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have heard this hadith before, isn't it? Okay, you didn't hear? We didn't talk about this? Huh? It's new? Okay, so probably I was doing my revision, that's why it's coming to my mind, as I am repeating or not. Jazakallah khair for confirming. So, in this hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, hadith number 258, Qumtu ala babil jannah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I was in the gate of Jannah. When it was he in the gate of Jannah, it could be that he was, in the time of Mi'raj, or it could be Allah have shown him in the dream, that as if he is in front of the gate of Jannah. Then what happened? He said, فَإِذَا عَامَّةُ مَنْ دَخَلَهَا الْمَسَاكِينَ. I can notice that the majority of those who entered it are the poor. Most people are entering Jannah, most of them are poor generally. So there are rich people also entering, but majority was from the poor community. وَأَصْحَابُ الْجَدِّ مَحْبُسُونَ. And the men of abundance were kept confined. They were, put in hold because they need to give further account. Their account is longer as well. It is too long to give how was their income, how was their expenditure, if all sorts of income are halal or not. All this verification is taking time. Yeah, on remand to take everything with them. غَيْرَ أَنَّ أَصْحَابَ النَّارِ قَدْ أُمِرَ بِهِمْ إِلَى النَّارِ. Although the third group is those who are inmates of the hellfire, those should be heading to the hellfire, they all given order to be in the hellfire. So in between, rich people are caught. They will be giving their account. Maybe they have, delivered, but their long list of the wealth, there is some further checking is done if that account is true or not. That's why that believe time is taking place. And then he's saying, وَقُمْتُ عَلَى بَابِ النَّارِ فَإِذَا عَامَّةُ مَنْ دَخَلَهَا النِّسَاءِ. And I went again stood up in the door of the hellfire to see, and then I saw that the majority of those who entered it were women. So bigger number of the women in the hellfire, bigger number of the poor in the going to Jannah. In the middle, of course, there are many men will be going to hellfire as well. May Allah save all of us. And the middle, the rich people, even though they are going to Jannah, they will be delayed a little bit to take their full account and checking everything they have done is halal and right. So again, this hadith giving some high position to those good Muslims who are not rich. Okay, but don't take it is wholesale. Sometimes could be exception. A rich man, very rich like Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu, had enough income but enough fi sabilillah. He is not delayed to go to Jannah because he is among those who will be going Jannah earlier. Okay, so majority of the rich people will be put on hold, taking a bit of time. Okay, but majority of the poor who are muttaqi, both of them are muttaqi, they will be reaching Jannah earlier because their account is easy. And their income was very limited. And there's nothing dodgy. It's very clear. So here it doesn't say you need to pray to Allah, oh Allah make me poor. Okay? So he could be asking Allah to make you rich. Even see Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, he said, Allah, wahshurni ma'a zumratil masakin. Oh Allah, make me, I am resurrected with the poor people. But he also taught us dua. Now there is another hadith, beautiful hadith, dua, asking Allah more rizq. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Allah wa'atir hayati ala ta'atik. Allahumma akthir mali wa waladi wa ahsin amali wa atil hayati ala ta'atik. So this dua started, Sahih dua. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, Allahumma akthir mali, wala increase my wealth. Wa atil hayati ala ta'atik. And make my hayat is extended, lengthen. So on the obeying you, that I obey you, make this hayat is a bit longer. Wa ahsin amali, Allah make me amal, my actions are good. And then, yeah, la wa'atul hayati ala ta'atika wa ahsin amali. So in this hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made a balance. Akthir mali doesn't mean he would like to be a millionaire. That he could be, alhamdulillah, whatever he has now, it could be given more barakah, little bit of increasing. It could be more, could be less. This is allowed to make this kind of dua. Also, Allahumma ahshurni ma'a zumratil masakin. Oh Allah, make me, I'm resurrected with the miskin people, masakin, poor people. In akhirah, so therefore, because they will be quickly going to Jannah. Okay? And there is no chance for them to be arrogant, to be showing, to be having proud of them. Who says, I'm proud of being poor? Nobody will have this pride. But the rich man can be proud. His dress could be showing off. His car could be something bringing to him, which is a pride to him, isn't it? So all these elements are available with the rich people. And not many of them will be able to control those things, negative things. That's why the poor was in safe position. However, you try your best, akthir mali, but in the end, if you remain poor, for example, we should say alhamdulillah, no complaint, because I also have something good to achieve in akhirah. If Allah give me rich, I said, why Allah is making me rich? I want to be poor. You don't say that either. Give too much charity, mashallah, like Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu. So both way you are in good position. Most important thing, inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. That is the main criteria. These are some criteria, but they're secondary criteria. Secondary kind of good thing. The most important one to be in salah, in huda and tuqa. Allahumma inna sal huda tuqa wal afa wal ghana. So this kind of things spiritually is most important. Either we are rich or we are poor. That is, we try our best, but it is in the end, rizq is given, sanctioned by Allah. I don't know, Allah is making me rich or Allah is making me poor. That's with the command of Allah, in His decree, but I might try my best to be not to begging to the people. Coming to the very important hadith today, yes? Oh yes, this is a very important issue. The majority of the goer to the hellfire as women, number is ratio-wise more than the men. It came in another hadith. When in one of the Eid day, I believe, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam finished Eid khutbah, salah and khutbah, then he took Bilal radiallahu anhu with him. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam took Bilal radiallahu anhu with him to go to the women's area. You know, the Sahaba are praying front rows and sisters are praying, back rows. He went to them and telling them, women, please, sisters, you do give more charity, because I have seen more women in the hellfire. Then they said, Ya Rasulullah, walimada? Why more women in the hellfire? Because he said, إنكم تكثرن اللعن وتكفرن العشير. تكثرن اللعن وتكفرن العشير. that you frequently use the la'na, curse of Allah. Why this man bothered me? This sister bothered me. May Allah curse him or her. You quickly do this. Okay? So you frequently use the word of la'na, curse of Allah, anger of Allah may fall upon somebody. So you curse very quickly. Number two, that takfurun al-ashir, you deny the favor of your close one. Ashir is referring to the mu'ashara, referring to the husband. The husband does, then he explained, husband does all the way so much favor to you, is one day you could not find favor of him, you asked something he could not give, he could not do a favor, he said, he never done a favor to me in my life, in his whole life. So, takfurun al-ashir, you easily deny the favor, ihsan of your husband. So that's why he answered. So this is a bit of weakness, of course, with women nature, more emotional sometimes. Whenever I solemnize some khutbah, I said, brothers, don't think you are equally with your wife. The women are more emotional. Be careful with the sabr, the delicacy, you need to deal with them. So this is a nature, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them. Okay, they have to be more, giving sadaqah, he said. Okay, so hopefully touching something that this is Allah's creation. Allah trusted them with some kind of this emotion, so they need to overcome that and give more sadaqah. Then coming to a very important hadith, hadith number 259 in this chapter, that the one who is, people may consider him, he is nobody, he is not significant position holder in the society, but he could be in a good position with Allah. This is a chapter, remember, and this hadith is bringing a big story of one of the previous time of before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, so in this hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Lam yatakallam fil mahdi illa thalath." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, none spoke in the cradle, but only three persons, three child, who are not in a level of talking, normal conversation, maybe just few days or few weeks or few months in their life, they could not learn the speaking. But with that immature way, some of the baby in a very earlier stage spoke miraculously. There are three. Three babies spoke. One of them is Isa ibn Maryam. You know about him. After he is born, his mother, Maryam, radiallahu anha, carried him. When people say, what Maryam are you carrying? Is it your son? You're not married. What crime you have committed? See? Then she said, I'm not going to speak, I'm fasting. And that fasting in their time was not allowed not to talk. If you fast, you cannot talk. Indicating to the baby, talk to the baby. This is how we can talk to the baby. Then Isa opened the mouth. Ana Abdullah. I'm servant of Allah. This is my mother, innocent. Allah sent me in the dunya with that father as a miracle. Yeah, she spoke. And then Sahibu Jurayj. And second baby spoke in very early stage is Jurayj, baby linked with Jurayj. Jurayj, who was Jurayj? Kana Jurayjun rajulan abidan. Jurayj was a very pious person. Very pious person. In the previous time, before Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in Bani Israel's time. وَكَانَ جُرَيْجٌ رَجُلًا عَابِدًا. He was a very pious person, very worshipper of Allah, spending much more time with Allah ibadah. فَاتَّخَذَ صَوْمَعَةً فَكَانَ فِيهَا. Jurayj got constructed a place of worship, a small cottage type of thing in a jungle, and confined himself in that, worshipping Allah. Why this Abid leaving the society and going to the isolated area, only do ibadah? Why? A Muslim should be engage in the society, community, family, all looking after, take care of the people, giving da'wah. There is a hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, خيركم من بسم الله من صبر على أذى الناس خير من الذي لم يصبر على أذى الناس. Okay. هذا في أيام القيامة قبل القيامة معلش أو عند الفتنة. So the one who bear people's trouble and stays with them, they even give him sometimes hard time. He doesn't leave them. We try to change them, give da'wah. He's better than the one say this society is corrupted. I'm going to somewhere in the mountain peak to my ibadah of Allah. He is not in good book of Allah. The one who prefer to stay with the community, try to help them, and bearing all this trouble of them, he is more rewardful with Allah. But why this man is gone there? Why did he not stay in the society? The ulama discussed this issue. They said there is another hadith. When fitna comes, it cannot change the society. What do you do? Society is too bad, and it could impact in your life, your deen as well. Then you go to Allah, Shafa Jabal. You go to the peak of the mountain. Leave whole society. It could happen before day of Qiyamah. But it could happen nowadays somewhere. May Allah forbid, if whole society gone corrupted, you are single or you are 3 or 5 people only, and you find whole society impossible, total pollution, then you just leave them, go to the peak of the mountain and help yourself. Because staying with them, no hope, these people are totally, they deserve Allah's punishment. So ulama said maybe in Juraj's time, society was that polluted, that rotten. That's why he preferred to go to isolate himself from the society, to live in his cottage to do ibadah of Allah himself. He's a Juraj. كان عابدا فاتخذ صومعة فكان فيها فأتته أمه وهو يصلي. One day his mother came to meet him to ask him for something, to do a favor, maybe to help her for something, or to talk to him. وهو يصلي, and he started salah. Mother is calling, Juraj, Juraj. He said in his mind, okay, Ya Rab, Ummi wa salati. Oh God, oh Allah, what do I do? My mother is calling, I am in salah. In his mind, he's talking about this. He didn't, leave the salah. Then mother called again. She gone? She gone? He's praying, I'll come back. She came back, he's still in another prayer. Nafil prayer, not farad. He's doing ibadah. Same thing, oh Allah, what I do? I have started salah, she is calling me now. He didn't break. She became fed up, she gone, she left. And third day she came as well. Same thing, found he is praying. Ya Rab, Ummi wa salati. What I do, Allah, I'm in salah. I don't want to break the salah, my mom is calling. He preferred to pray. She became third day very, fed up, very angry, very upset. She said, Ya Juraj, okay, she said, Allahumma la tumittu hatta yanzira ila wujuhil mumisat. Allah, don't make him die until he sees face of the, of the women who are, prostitutes, who are committing zina, who are known in the society as their, bad character, immorality. Make them, he face their face, he see their face, he meet them. Mother was not good, of course, this dua was not right. Probably her level of deen was not good. That's why he left them. Maybe she was not, it is not right dua, of course. However, the parents' dua is accepted by Allah. Maybe something good come later on, but he has to go through some, effect of the dua is happening to him. Dua was against him. And then what happened? فَتَذَاكَرَ بَنُو إِسْرَائِيلَ جُرَيْدًا وَعِبَادَتَهُ. And this story was spread. Juraij, he is so much worshipper of Allah. Mother came 3 days. When he didn't leave his salah. It became a very famous story. So it is, people consider it is positive. He is, mashallah, focusing with Allah, even doesn't care his mother. Okay? Then it is spread in the society. وَكَانَتْ إِمْرَأَةٌ بَغِيٌّ يُتَمَثَّلُ بِحُسْنِهَا. And in the society, there was a prostitute, okay, who had been a beauty personified. She was known for her beauty. Anybody look at her, they fall in fitna. She said, okay, his Juraj became very pious, very close to Allah. Holy Allah, mashallah, I'll put him in fitna. Okay, she took a challenge. And then she came to him. فقالت إن شئتم لأفتننه. If you want, I can give you a challenge. I would fall him in fitna. Make him is falling in the fitna. They say, okay, try. She came. Okay. فَتَعَرَّضَتْ لَهُ. She exposed herself to him, invited him, shown her beauty to him. فَلَمْ يَلْتَفِتْ إِلَيْهَا. Never turn, never look at her. Never look at her. Allah have saved him. Then she is not giving up the plot. Because she took a challenge. People say, oh, you have given challenge, you could not do it. She was an arrogant lady. She said, okay, it is my dignity now, my position, my challenge is failing. I don't want to be that. So she made a plot now. فَأَتَتْ رَاعِيًا كَانَ يَأْوِي إِلَى صَوْمَعَتِهِ. She was seeing, then going to see a shepherd. A shepherd who has a flock of the goat or sheep. His deen is weak, but he used to visit sometime Juraj. Then when he approached this shepherd with her beauty, exposing herself to him, فَأَمْكَنَتْهُ مِنْ نَفْسِهَا فَوَقَعَ عَلَيْهَا. She played in a way, this man, shepherd, engaged with her and committed fahisha, zina with her. فَحَمَلَتْ. And this lady became pregnant. And after pregnancy, duration is over, she is given birth. فَلَمَّا وَلَدَتْ قَالَتْ هُوَ مِنْ جُرَيْجٍ. So everybody asked, okay, you sleep with many people. Truly, who is this father of this baby? Tell us. She said, I told you, it is Juraj. I put him in fitna. He is his son. By hearing that, people doesn't need to hesitate. They all came together. And all came to Juraj and beat him, hit him, destroyed his sawma'ah, his small cottage of ibadah. Everything started destroying. He didn't know what is happening. Then he said, فَقَالَ مَا شَأْنُكُمْ. What is happening to you? What? Why are you doing all this? قَالُوا زَنَيْتَ بِهَذِهِ الْبَغِي فَوَلَدَتْ مِنْكَ. Oh, you don't know. You have committed zina with this prostitute. She has given birth to your child. This is the baby. She is carrying now. فَجَاءُوا. Okay, قَالَ أَيْنَ الصَّبِيُّ. With cool and calm and cool mind, he said, okay, where is the baby? Bring the baby to me. فَجَاءُوا بِهِ فَقَالَ دَعُونِي حَتَّى أُصَلِّيَ. So they brought the baby. This is the baby you're talking about, your son. فَصَلَّى. He said, okay, give me time. I pray 2 rak'ah. He prayed to Allah. فَلَمَّا انْصَرَفَ أَتَى الصَّبِيَّ. After finishing salah, he came to the baby. فَطَعَنَ فِي بَطْنِهِ. And he just poked to the baby's, with the finger, baby's belly. أَقَالَ يَا غُلَامْ مَنْ أَبُوكَ. Who is your father? Oh baby, who is your father? قَالَ فُلَانَ الرَّاعِي. That shepherd is my father. Shepherd. Shepherd is a baby's father. Baby is fathered by shepherd. You see? Not Jurayj. Not Jurayj. Then everybody heard this answer from the baby. This is the one of the baby's talk in his childhood, who just after he was born. This is the second baby. Then everybody doesn't need any more evidence. فَأَقْبَلُوا عَلَى جُرَيْجٍ. Now they all regret. Came to Jurayj. يُقَبِّلُونَهُ وَيَتَمَسَّحُونَ بِهِ. They are kissing his forehead and wiping on his body where they have made all this injury, and asking him to forgive. وَقَالُوا نَبْنِي عَلَّكَ صَوْمَعَتَكَ مِنْ ذَهَبٍ. We did big mistake. We destroyed your cottage of ibadah. If you allow, we'll make it build with the gold. A gold place for you to do ibadah of Allah. قال لا, I don't want. أعيدها من طين كما كانت. Bring it back with the clay, with the mud, with the soil, just normal house I used to have. ففعلوا, they made it. وبين صبي يرضع من أمه. This is the second child spoke. Jurayj is one. Now third one is coming. Who is the third child spoke in his early stage? Yes. Very good point. Very good point. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbid. He said, "La tal'anu awladakum, wala amwalakum, wala an'amakum." Allahu alam. Like this, أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. Never curse your children. Never curse your wealth. Never curse your cattle or your animal. This is not right. This is not good. And because the parents' words will be accepted by Allah. Their dua against the child or in favor, both way, goes straight to Allah, to Arsh. That's why the mother's dua was wrong, but still it affected Jurayj for some time. Although Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cleaned him, he passed in this mihna, but it was too troublesome. So that we should not do. Second thing is, we can learn from this story of Jurayj. They said we'll be building with the gold. He could say, okay, build it. But he didn't take this chance. This offer, he refused. Remain humble, as it was. So now the third child, who spoke in early stage of the life, after the baby is born. That is, وَبَيْنَ صَبِيٌّ يَرْضَعُ مِنْ أُمِّهِ. Third child, in the previous time of some of the previous prophets' time, that a mother was breastfeeding her little baby. A baby, who is a baby boy probably. فَمَرَّ رَجُلٌ رَاكِبٌ عَلَى دَابَّةٍ فَارِهَةٍ وَشَارَةٍ حَسَنَةٍ. Okay, so a baby who was sucking at his mother's breast, when a person dressed in fine garment came on a priceless riding animal's back. Mother is breastfeeding her child, and at that time, outside the home, the path, the road, a man, rich man, with very expensive clothes, wearing very fine clothes, and wearing a very good horse with all this decoration on it, with his pride of wealth like Qarun. You see, he's going with this, showing off how rich is he, his dress and his animal, very expensive, all these. Everybody is looking amazing to him. He's such a happy person. Mother looked at him as well, this baby's mother. فَقَالَتْ أُمُّهُ اللَّهُمَّ اجْعَلْ بِابْنِي مِثْلَ هَذَا. So mother is always looking for good for the child. Oh Allah, can you make my child, when he's growing older, becoming like this rich man, having all this wealth and expensive clothes and very nice horse or something, to ride. So people will be amazing at him. فَتَرَكَ الثَّدِيَ وَأَقْبَلَ إِلَيْهِ. So the baby who was having breastfeeding, he left the mother's, breastfeeding and look at the baby. Look at the man. So mother is saying, I should be like him. He stopped, sucking the, milk and look at the man. And then baby made a comment. فَقَالَ اللهم لا تجعلني مثله. Allah, don't make me like him. Baby is saying, this young baby. ثم أقبل على ثديه فجعل يرتدع. Then he gone back to suck his mother's, milk. Continues sucking the milk. Then Sahabi said, فكأني أنظر إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو يحكي ارتداعه بإصبعه السبابة في فيه. And then Sahabi who narrated the hadith, he said, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was narrating this hadith, still I remember, as if I am seeing now, how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sucking milk with his forefinger in his mouth and sucking that. He's giving how, demonstrating Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, baby, breastfeeded, and he left the finger out and look at the man and said, Allah, don't make me like him. Then gone back to suck. So Rasulullah did act this way, demonstrated. Sahabi said, I still remember how I was seeing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam demonstrating that, putting his finger in his mouth. Then, what happened? فجعل يمسها وقال مروا بجارية ومروا بجارية وهم يضربونها. Then after a while another person is crossing their road, close to their house, the same path is crossed by another person. That person is a slave girl. What happened to slave girl? وهم يضربونها. They are hitting her, beating her, the master. وَيَقُولُونَ زَنَيْتِ سَرَقْتِ. They said, you have committed zina, you have stolen our money. So they are, hitting her, beating her, while she is innocent. Maybe somebody done, they blamed her for that. وَهِيَ تَقُولُ. What this slave girl is responding to their hitting and beating? حَسْبِيَ اللَّهُ وَنِعْمَ الْوَكِيلُ. Allah is enough for me, Allah is sufficing, He will be sufficing for me, and He is the best one to rely upon. It seems she was a very mazluma. She was a very, just remembering Allah in her difficult time. She's an innocent lady. So that means, but you can see she is now humiliated. People are hitting her, beating her, humiliation to her. So mother, who was breastfeeding this boy, وَنَظَرَ إِلَيْهَا. She فَقَالَتْ أُمُّهُ اللَّهُمَّ لَا تَجْعَلْ إِبْنِي مِثْلَهَا. She is making dua, Allah, don't make my baby when grows up like this slave girl who is humiliated severely. Don't make like her. فَتَرَكَ الرَّضَاءَ. So baby stopped sucking the milk of mother. وَنَظَرَ إِلَيْهَا. And look at this lady. فَقَالَ اللَّهُمَّ جَعَلْنِي مِثْلَهَا. Allah, make me like her. His dua, baby's dua, Allah, make me like her. فَهُنَالِكَ تَرَاجَعَ الْحَدِيثِ. Then mother was shocked by baby's reaction before, no reaction. Now, totally opposite of the mother. So they have a conversation. Now, mother is shocked, baby is talking. Since he is talking, she is asking him, what happened? فَقَالَتْ مَرَّ رَجُلٌ حَسَنُ الْحَيْئَةِ. So mother is telling, when a man of good appearance, all this, mashallah, comfort, all this, his wealth. فَقُلْتَ. I said, Allahumma ja'alni ibni mithlahu. I said, may Allah make my baby like him. فَقُلْتَ Allahumma la taj'alni mithlahu. We said, Allah, don't make me like him. وَمَرُّ بِهَذِي الْأَمَةِ. When they have gone through this lady, this slave girl, وَهُمْ يَضْرِبُونَهَا وَيَقُولُونَ زَنَيْتِ سَرَقْتِ. They are, beating her, hitting her. They're telling, you committed immorality, you committed stealing. فَقُلْتُ اللَّهُمَّ لَا تَجْعَلْنِي ابْنِي مِثْلَهَا. I said, oh Allah, don't make my son like her. So I made all this good hope and wish for you. فَقُلْتُ اللَّهُمَّ جَعَلْنِي مِثْلَهَا. You said, Allah, make me like her. Why it is? It's opposite. Then a baby is answering to the mother. Allahumma qala inna dhalika ar-rajul kana jabbaran. So baby is saying, this person, this rich man was a tyrant, a tyrannic ruler. Okay? Jabbar is somebody who torture people even, make other people are enslaved, they are his slaves. Like this, you're dealing with them. Then I said, فَقُلْتَ اللَّهُمَّ لَا تَجْعَلْنِي مِثْلَهُ. Allah, don't make me like Jabbar, like this man. وَإِنَّ هَذِهِ يَقُولُونَ لَهَا زَنَيْتِ. And this lady, poor lady, they blame him that she's committed this and that. She's never committed zina, not that she's stealing. فَقُلْتُ اللَّهُمَّ جَعَلْنِي مِثْلَهَا. That's why I say to Allah, make me like her, the one who never committed anything, any wrongdoing. She is innocent totally. That's why I wanted to be innocent person. I don't want to be a criminal. Okay? So that's why I made dua. Okay, now the 3 babies who spoke in their very early stage of the life. Okay? Why Imam An-Nawawi brought this hadith in this chapter? The last one, most important one. That somebody, people consider very high profile, high position holder, everybody is very respecting them, giving importance to them, and wish everybody will be like them. And the one who is slave girl, but she is person of taqwa, she never committed anything. Although temporarily she is humiliated, but with Allah she is innocent and very high position holder. In the day of judgment, this man, this arrogant man, tyrant man, will be having consequence going to the hellfire. And this slave girl will be going to Jannah. So that's why, just an example, Imam Nawawi find here that is relevant in this chapter. That even though people consider somebody is not that important, somebody is not respected, but to Allah, he could be very respected. Therefore, general tendency of us, generally speak, if we see somebody from the tabaqat al-ulya, from the hierarchy, from the upper level, automatically we respect them. Somebody from very, lower level of the community, we consider in terms of the worldly sense, we don't give them that importance. This is human nature. This is human nature. And that is something wrong here. There's something wrong here. If a local MP comes and a poor man comes, which one you'll be naturally going to? So, but inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. When you deal, of course, it should not be rude to anybody. But if somebody has good taqwa, somebody has good deen, we should be very careful with them. We should give them respect and should always hope that may Allah make me muttaqi. I am rich or poor, that's not a big issue. But some people are, no, I want to be rich. That's he want. Deen is not considerable to him. So when we have ambition in the life, first ambition for ourselves is, we should be muttaqi, min as-salihin, min alladhina an'ama Allahu alayhim. That should be our ambition. If you ask a child, what is your ambition? I want to be a doctor. That's good, no problem. But I want to be a good mu'min, good believer, going to Jannat al-Firdaus. How many times we think about this? Giving us vision. Okay? To be closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is a real success. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-huda wa-tuqa wal-afafa wal-ghina. Fadal.
Distractions. Would that be one of the reasons
This is one. Another thing is, if person is very rich, millionaire, billionaire, business, network, how busy he will be about his business. What is the time to spend with Allah, reciting Quran, and, maybe if he is practicing, quickly praying. So much meetings, so much, report, so much, phone calls. It's something, emergency came. Remember, the ship is stuck in Egypt, in Suez Canal, remember? Gigantic ship. This is the owner of the ship, he's a millionaire or billionaire. He could not sleep, of course. What is happening in Egypt? His ship is stuck. Like this, so many things happen when you have so much money, wealth. To preserve it, to look after it itself is heavy duty. And that's why in Hadith, Ali radiallahu anhu said, Al-ilmu khayrun min al-mal. Remember this? Al-ilmu khayrun min al-mal. The knowledge of deen is better than gathering the wealth. Then he said, Ali radiallahu anhu, give nasiha one day, gave nasiha, he said, al-malu khayrun min al-ilmu khayrun min al-mal. Al-malu, al-ilmu yahrisuka wa anta tahrisul mal. If you learn more knowledge of deen, that deen will guard you, that knowledge will guard you, will help you, will guide you, that you don't go to haram, don't touch this. So ilm gives you this protection. But if you gather so much wealth, you need to guard the wealth. Ilm will serve you, but you have wealth, you need to serve your wealth. Who is taking my wealth from here? I send, in credit this 1 million pound from China to Africa. This man is thinking, when my money is coming? He can't sleep either until he receives the money. So like this, tension, always tension. As I given the example of this gigantic, did anybody see the news in Suez Canal a month ago? A huge Japanese owner, have the biggest ship in the world, probably, huge. It was crossing Suez Canal, then it is stuck for more than a week. And so whole world went there, and all ships coming and going, all stopped. Because it is stuck in a way, and other ships are not able to cross. And Suez Canal is, every day how many ships are crossing from Europe to Africa to Asia, this route. And then after more than a week, I believe, so much spending money, they managed to make it is moving, and the paths are open. Now I have seen the news a couple of days ago, the Egyptian authority have given big amount of money for that. Everybody lost money. They have lost huge amount of money because this ship is stopped. Other ships are coming, and Egyptian government gets a lot of revenue through all ships passing. Yes. So that's I'm giving an example. How if you're rich, wealthy person, you need to guard your wealth. But if you are learning more knowledge of deen and putting in practice, it will guard you. Knowledge will serve you. Knowledge will guard you. Yes, that's true. Barakallah fiqh. Okay, yes? Yeah, so before we conclude, we'll take some question, inshallah. Brother asking, next week Salah is coming very early here. Even I was confused today. I consider Salah, half 6, but later on, I was confused, it's 6:45. So some people find difficulty to pray. Next week Salah could be coming 6:15, too early. So brothers are recommending we take it to Maghrib, after Maghrib. Is it okay? Too late?
Whatever is convenient for you, Shaykh.
حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. اختلف الدارسون ماذا نفعل؟
It's easy to come to and then no rush to go.
Those who are working longer work hour, they come. Subhanallah, still I think we'll take after Maghrib. After Maghrib. Hmm. Is it difficult for brothers?
What is convenient for you, Sheikh?
The time is
8:20, 8:47
Maghrib will be 8:20.
Asr will be still 6:30 next week.
It's still 6:30 next week.
Yeah.
Then can we carry on another week?
Yes.
That's another week, Brother Zahur, inshallah. Once it's come quarter past 7, quarter past 6, then we'll be changing. Okay? So next week, you keep it after Asr. Is okay? Hayyakumullah. That's good. Okay, you have a point. Look, is the hadith giving some comparison between rich and poor? It's not necessarily that you should be always poor. It's self-sufficient, good idea. Even Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam someday was not eating. He's still self-sufficient. He's not in benefit. He's not asking other people to give him favor. So the rich and poor is here came in a different sense. When a person's so much rich, he become proud. Pride is affected him. See, one of the big problem, big risk for him. If his person is muttaqi like Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu, alhamdulillah. Abdullah ibn Auf, they say alhamdulillah, this is all given by Allah. They are not having any pride. But like them, minority only. Most rich people think, yes, it's all my intellect. They don't give any credit to Allah. Because I'm clever, I know how to do business. So they become arrogant. The arrogance, pride, and many other things, and too much busyness, all this will occupy more vulnerable to miss taqwa. But a poor one has more chance to have taqwa. That's what he's saying. It is also a message. If a Muslim poor, no other people should not tell them, well, because Allah is not helping him. He's not in the good book of Allah. This is one problem could come. Even myself, if I'm poor, may Allah forbid it, I could say, well, I'm really humiliated by Allah. A'udhu billah. So that could happen sometime, but the most of the time, if poor have iman, and rich has iman, even both have iman, still there's a difference. Because poor doesn't need to spend much time to the internet, to business, to phone, all these. He has time, mashallah, salatul isra, salatul duha, mashallah, and all these tasbihat. And the rich man, yeah Allah, I'm praying quickly for us, and phone is ringing and ringing, run, go out of the mosque. And you see? So there is, but still, فَأَفِي كُلٍّ خَيْرٍ. If iman is, alhamdulillah, good, then there is no problem you're rich or you're poor. So then which one is number one? Iman. We never consider number one is wealth. That is the main message. Okay, inshallah? Jazakallah.
Can I ask a question, Sheikh? You know, if I am businessman, and then I'm running business, time of salah, I left my business and I come to salah, which is good, alhamdulillah, Allah gave me the faith to pray. But I'm not worried because I have someone else who is running the business, but that is Muslim. He's not coming to the salah. I would be concerned of that person if he doesn't come to the salah.
But he's asking that, alhamdulillah, I work in a place, there's some other Muslim as well. He doesn't come to pray in the salah, in the masjid and jama'ah. Huh?
No, it's not that question.
Okay.
I'm the owner of the business.
Okay, mashallah.
I didn't get stressed. I'm coming nicely. I
Okay.
pray because I'm not stressing because someone who's continuing my business, but if
Okay.
that person is not getting chance for salah. because me, I put him there and I'm coming to the salah.
Anyway, one of you should come to pray, but who is that one? You want to run the business. Ideal in Islamic society that close the business for salah, it is closed for half an hour, closed for 15 minutes, we'll be back after 15 minutes. That is the best solution, okay? But if you could not do, either one of you, like post office, you cannot close like this, for example. If you have a post office business, you have to keep it open. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So in that case, one should be there. So the clever man for Akhirah will say, I'll take this chance, alhamdulillah. And that's what I'm saying. The real Islamic society, that should be the case. But in non-Muslim society, also you can do. I can see some of the close for 15 minutes. They are coming back at 1:30, coming back at 2 o'clock. There is a small notice. This is the best idea, surely. Jazakallah khair. Fadal. Okay, baby is innocent. Okay, baby is innocent. So, baby is not responsible. He didn't commit any crime. But Jurayj committed a crime. You see, if you nafal salah, he can break and he can respond to that mother. Okay. Okay. The what ulama said, if you are praying, your parents call you. You are praying in the salah, your parents calling you. Should you respond or not? There is a discussion, fiqh discussion. Huh? Thank you. If it is fard, no. You may shorten the prayer and pray a bit, a quicker speed. You finish your salah, then you respond to them. But if it is nafal one, non-fard one, even it could be witr, it could be any other salah, non-fard one, you look at Shaykh Uthaymin rahmatullah alayhi, he discussed, he said, look, it depends on the level of the parents. If the parents have understanding that you are in salah, even nafal or sunnah, if you give the indication, they'll have sabr, better not to break the salah. You say, or you say, in a surah reciting, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. You say, Sami Allahu liman hamida. Or you say, Allahu Akbar. So they'll understand you are in salah. So they'll have sabr. But they say, if these parents are not having this understanding, they're hot temper, they disrespect your salah, then better to break the salah and to respond them and finish with them. And you may come back to pray.
Yeah, if he's a good abi, it's 3 days his mom coming. How is the first day he didn't even check out after he finished salah? They're going to check out.
Fadal. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Okay. That's true. Anyway, wallahu alam. It could be all 3 days you are praying for. Jazakallah khair. Tahir, what do you think? You see, confidence is one attitude, and arrogance is another attitude. We can differentiate easily. We can easily differentiate. I could be confident, but I'm so humble, mutawadi'. Okay? But I could be confident, I'm arrogant. My facial kind of expression, you can judge me. Am I just confident or I am arrogant as well? You can judge me. How I speak, how I respond. My body language will tell you.
What I do, nobody can do. Like basically, Allah gave me the ability to do something and He looked to the people. What I done, nobody can do it. With that, really.
People can easily differentiate. Yes? Barakallah. We can conclude now. جزاكم الله خير. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع ومن قلب لا يخشع ومن نفس لا تشبع ومن دعوة لا يستجاب لها وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Yes.